Namaskar. Today we are going to learn about history of Indian coins with my Dadu Sri J.S. Mishra. We are going to learn how coins have shaped in India for the last 50 years. So let's start. Dadu, when you were young, then what types of coins were there?
When we were young, then there used to be, I think, 3-4 types of coins. There was a copper coin, which was paise, the smallest denominations. Then there were alloys coin as well. I believe it was a mixture of alloy of copper and zinc. There were even silver coins. There were even gold coins known as Asharfi or Mohre and that sort of thing. Silver was the costliest sort of thing, and copper coin of a paise or 2 paise, that sort of coin was lower denomination. But more in use were the chavanni, athanni and a rupee coin. These were the coins used.
And whose picture was on top of them?
I think on different coins there used to be different pictures. It used to be British king because up to 47 India was under British dominion. So, it used to be British kings, and later on the Gandhi's picture was also on the coins.
And what type of color, value?
Well, it's a good question. I think copper, copper's color, that was there. Silver, that color. Gold coin, and then ikanni, chavanni, etc. That was a little, the something between silver and yellowish color, brass, something like that. And some coins used to be totally white also, that ikanni, chavanni sort of thing. The rupee used to be generally white, silver, very close to silver, or rather silver type.
What was their purchasing power?
In earlier periods, even in our fees used to be, deposited in 4 ane, that 4 annas or 8 annas and that sort of thing. It had a great, purchasing power as compared to today, because inflation has, increased like anything. So you can understand that, 1 kg of ghee, pure ghee, deshi ghee, used to be sold in 5 rupees. A rupee was the biggest denomination in this thing.
And in which places do you use it?
Paise, etc. we used in purchasing as children, the small toys or, some fruits and all that. And then the chavanni and athanni and these things were being used even while paying fees, etc., school fees, and some bigger items. The books used to cost 8 anna, the smaller Gita which I have, that used to be in a chavanni. 1/4 of a rupee was a chavanni. And half of the rupee was the athanni, that sort of thing.
Who used to give you the maximum coins?
As today, even then, the parents naturally they give you for so many purposes. Sometimes we did something good, then some other distant relative was visiting us, or some a grandfather or grandparents or maternal grandfather, they gave you some money like that. But we used to give some chavanni or a rupee. Even there was a fair in the villages, the melas as they called it, or when we had to purchase something of essential for our studies, for our books, copies, pencil, pen and all that. So your parents naturally, my mother used to give the maximum, I should say.
Any interesting story that you remember when you had some coins?
The interesting story specifically as per I am concerned, that when I was a child, then I didn't spend some money, whatever the coin we were given, I used to save some and keep it hidden in my bag, school bag. And sometimes when my mother has to purchase something and she was going to take money from her box in the room, then I used to offer that sort of thing. Then I was quite applauded, appreciated, and she used to narrate this story to the neighbors, to the relatives, and they used to pat my back. So those were the stories.
And this is my general question. When you were an adult, then what were the history of coins?
You know, history of coins, I think where you want to know the history of coins as such, in India. From very beginning, in the early civilization, they used to call it barter system. It continued quite late, it may be in some part of still there, that you gave a thing and you purchased a thing, right? So later on, a medium of exchange was needed. Then during early, Vedic period, then cows used to be the, medium of exchange. But very early in Vedic period also, and then in Janpatas, in ancient Indian, early Indian history, and then throughout the history, the nature of coin, the minting of coin, the type of coin, the material used in the coin, and the value of coin, it went on changing. So the story started right from Indus Valley civilization. There used to be some stamped coin sort of seal has been, found. So its names used to be different. Niche sort of word was used for the coins mentioned during Vedic period. Later, padas and karshapadas, and then rattis, then asharfis, then mohre, and then so many other names came to be used.
And why on the coins are plants beside Gandhiji?
The coins also represent the dominant thoughts, rather forces, and of the period. So the priorities of the government. Earlier, the coins used to have the image, some symbols of the power, some goddess or some flowers or some kings. Their own figures used to be minted and stamped there. But later on, I believe, I don't know exactly, but I believe that because of giving importance to the vegetation and flora of the country and to the nature and all those things, that must have been used. इसकी कोई history है क्या? Plants.
Why are the corn cakes beside Gandhiji on the Indian coins right now?
I think what you probably mean is this, that on the coins, apart from the figure of Gandhiji, there are two corn spikes on both sides, I believe. It's only, to keep the India has been known and is considered still to be a country of farmers, the agriculturists. And the food production, wheat production and other grains production is very prime importance for a country's, wealth, unless it becomes totally industrialized. So to give importance, to put priority to that, to give importance symbolic as well as the need to grow more corn. I believe I can only guess that. So that's why they are there.
Thank you for watching. Today we learned about history of Indian coins with my Dadu. It was a great learning experience. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it.